Hey guys, it's me Will and welcome back here, and today I'm gonna doing another channel, Give Thomas and Friends. So let's begin. Alright, so we already started and there's already studio equipment. And also, take a look James's eyes. It's wonky. That's two goops in. If that doesn't suck enough, here's the next two. Listen to what the narrator says.
One day, Edward was in the shed where he lived with the other engines. They were all bigger than...
Hear that? You hear that? The narrator says that Edward's in the smallest shed. In the shed, but not true. Thomas is in the shed. Of course, he's the smallest entrance.
Edward and boasted about it. The driver won't choose you again, said...
I think that the tender is rising of the track.
He wants strong engines like us.
Background disappeared.
But the driver and fireman felt sorry for Edward. Would you like to come out today? Oh,
background disappeared again.
yes, please, said Edward. So they lit his fire.
Hold on a second, let me... Wait.
Made lots of steam and felt sorry for Edward.
Hold on, let me back again.
Would you like to come out today? Oh, yes, please, said Edward. So they...
Rudolph smacked his lip. It's before...
Lit his fire, made lots of steam, and Edward puffed
background
away.
Disappeared.
And felt sorry for
Hold
Edward.
on, let me come back
Would you like
here
to come
again.
out today? Oh, yes, please, said Edward. So they lit his fire, made lots...
See? Background disappear again.
Steam, and Edward puffed away.
Henry's eyes was... here's there's another goof. Let me... Okay, I'm gonna zoom in the turntable. Edward's wheels just like jump over the turntable.
The other engines were very cross at being left behind.
You see that? Edward's brake coach is backwards. Let me...
Very cross at being left behind.
See that? Brake coach is backwards.
Edward worked hard all day. The coaches thought he was very kind, and the driver was very pleased.
Edward's brake coach is back.
I'm going out again tomorrow.
So I'm not gonna...
Edward told the other engines that
I'm
night.
not gonna say that as a goof.
But he didn't hear what they thought, for he was so tired and happy that he fell
steam rising from the brake van, and the track's also coming to an end.
asleep at once. Next morning, Edward woke up.
Okay, next goof. I want to point out that in the show we see Henry, right? Wait until the next
Nothing
scene.
had changed. Gordon was still boasting.
See that? The shed door's closed. Well, there should be an engineer, which is Henry. And also, Gordon has an eye gap issue.
You watch me, little Edward, as I rush through with the express. That will be a splendid sight for you. Goodbye, little Edward. Look out for me this afternoon.
Yeah, that's the same with Gordon.
Edward went off
There's a studio equipment shadow.
to do some
And there's no way the turntable can quickly direct it to Edward. That's weird.
shunting. He liked shunting. It was fun playing with freight cars.
Oh my, Edward's cavalry has been raised.
He would come up quietly and give them a push. Then he would stop, and the silly freight cars would go bump into each other. Oh!
Wait a second. Let me see that again.
Quietly and give them a push. Then he would stop, and the silly freight cars would go bump into each other.
See that? The scene comes back again. And also, the troublesome trucks there's brown, but there's no troublesome trucks brown. So there's weird.
Oh, they cried. Whatever is
Background disappeared.
happening? Edward played till there were no more freight cars. Then he stopped to rest. Presently, he heard a whistle. Gordon was cross. Instead of nice shining coaches, he was pulling a dirty freight train. A freight train, a freight train, a freight train, he grumbled.
I'm not gonna count as stupid. If he was pulling the coaches, the freight cars, where's the train though? And also he's always just kind of wonky. And I got issue.
The shame of it, the shame of it, oh, the shame of it. Edward laughed and went to find some more freight cars. Then there was trouble. Gordon can't get up the hill, the porter called to Edward's driver. Will you take Edward and push him, please? They found Gordon halfway up and very cross. His driver and fireman were talking.
I don't understand if the guy is in the right side has a sticky tack under his legs. I don't know that, but I'm gonna count that as a goof.
Talking to him severely.
The background. Wait a second.
I'm not trying.
Disappeared.
I can't do it, said Gordon. The noisy freight cars hold an engine back so.
Wait, should be there's one workman. And also the fireman, one of the crewmen has sticky tacks under his legs.
Edward's driver came up.
Gordon's eyes very
push.
wonky.
No use at all, said Gordon. You wait and see, replied Edward's driver. They brought the train back to the
Alright, I want to point out that the freight van's roof is white. Let's see.
Of the hill.
Now, when they closed up to Edward, it's spray. And that doesn't suck enough. Here's the next group. Hear that sound effect pop first before even Edward's on couple. And the freight van's roof become white again.
I'm ready, said Edward. No good, grumbled Gordon. They pulled and pushed as hard as they could.
Now, I want to say that
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Alright, I don't. Gordon's eyes is kind of wonky though.
Do it, puffed Gordon.
And also, I don't understand if there's a wire pulling him up. But I'm not gonna count that as a goof. I'm gonna let this one.
Pushed as hard as ever he could. And almost before he realized it, Gordon
And look at
found
this.
himself at the top of the hill. I've done it.
The ground is sinking.
I've done it. I've done it, he said proudly.
Also the same as Edward do.
He forgot all about kind Edward.
Or the tenders derailed.
Edward was left out of breath and far behind. But he
And
was
here's the
because
next
he had been
group.
so helpful. At the next station, he found that the driver and fireman were very pleased with him.
Edward's wearing James's sad face. I'm not gonna lie, that's Edward's sad face.
Fireman gave him a nice long drink, and the driver said, I'll get out my paint tomorrow and give you
Oh, what's that white blotch? Hold on a second. I'm just gonna... Wait a second. I think I saw something under the fireman's shoulder.
At the next station, he found that the driver and fireman were very pleased with him. The fireman gave him a
Hold
nice
on a
long
second, I need
drink,
to zoom
and the
in.
driver said, I'll get out my paint tomorrow and give
Yeah,
you
there's
a
no
beautiful
white
coat of
blotch.
blue
I'm gonna
with
count
red
that as a
stripes.
goof.
Then you'll be the
And here's the last goof. Edward's eyes is pretty wonky.
smartest engine in the shed.
And that's the end of. If you see something, if I didn't point out, make sure to leave the comments.